Nick Harrison here on the Nick Harrison Podcast, a subsidiary of RealCelebrityNews.com. Good morning. And let's get started.
Pop culture, entertainment, celebrity news, and more. Broadcasting hot and heavy from the great state of North Carolina. And adding a biased opinion, of course, you can find it all here and now. Because it's time for the Nick Harrison Podcast.
Good Friday morning. Today is Friday, October the 19th, 2018. Nick Harrison here on the Nick Harrison Podcast, getting into some celebrity news.
Lights, cameras, action.
Hey, welcome to Hollywood.
What's new in celebrity news?
So the Kensington Palace has confirmed that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the royal couple, are expecting their first child. The official statement announced, quote, "The Royal Highness and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are very pleased to announce that the Duchess of Sussex is expecting a baby in the spring of 2019. Their Royal Highnesses have appreciated all of the support they have received from people around the world since their wedding in May and are delighted to be able to share this happy news with the public." Meghan's mom, Doria Raglan, released her own statement via Kensington Palace saying, quote, "Miss Raglan is very happy about this lovely news and she looks forward to welcoming her first grandchild." Harry and Meghan shared the news with the royal family on Friday at Princess Eugene's wedding. Kensington Palace said, quote, "The Queen, Duke of Edinburgh, Prince of Wales, Duchess of Cornwall, and the Duke, and Duchess of Cambridge are delighted for the couple and were able to congratulate them on Friday at the wedding in person." A source told People magazine that Meghan had a 12-week scan and is, quote, "feeling well." The confirmation comes after a flurry of rumors that Meghan could be pregnant. The glamorous royals began dating in July of 2016 when went public that October and were wed on May 19th of this year. Harry and Meghan are currently on their first royal tour, arriving hand in hand in Australia Monday morning. American Idol, we're familiar with the judges, right? So it's back to work for Ryan Seacrest, Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan on season 2 of American Idol. Extra TV was on location as they searched for the next idol in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. The judges were mesmerized by the beauty of Coeur d'Alene and the breathtaking lake, with Lionel Richie commenting, quote, "I am a little suspicious of air I cannot see. It's so fresh up here." Katy Perry added, "It's crisp. It's just absolutely stunning. It's so peaceful." Lionel continued, "I took a deep breath and I almost choked to death. It's really fantastic." Luke Bryan tried to get the gang to go fishing, sharing, quote, "When I would play Spokane, I would get up and fish the Coeur d'Alene River." The three are looking for talent across the country and listening to their stories. Luke explained, "The thing about American Idol is that it brings in the whole American element, brings in the struggles of the youth in this country we could hear of." Katie noted, "People sleep in cars." Luke went on, "People sleep in cars, depression, anxiety, the challenge of the world, if we had to critique these kids." Lionel said, "And encourage at the same time. It's tough." Ryan gave his take on how tough the judges are, saying, quote, "I would say Lionel's probably the chief of diplomacy on the panel. They're very nice about it, but Carrie's very direct. Luke can be direct too, but with a hug." As for whether they have found any stars in Idaho, Katie revealed, "I wrote star, ? Maybe twice." Luke dished, "Today has been exciting." Lionel chimed in, "The word we're going to use right now is potential. We've got great potential. See the potential when American Idols returns next year on ABC." Big Brother comes on CBS. The season just ended for this season. I personally keep up with this show very much. If you've been a fan for any length of time, last season there were two reality stars that became lovers on the show. That's Jessica Graff and Cody Nixon. After a month, they revealed that they were expecting. Big Brother couple Jessica Graff and Cody Nixon are now married. On Sunday, the pair tied the knot in Malibu in an intimate ceremony with their close friends and family. Some of the guests were from the Big Brother and Amazing Race family, including Mark Jansen, Elena Davis, Corey Brooks, Connor Daly, and Alexander Rossi. The couple told People magazine, quote, "Our wildest dreams came true today. We're married. Being surrounded by our closest friends and family and sharing this special day with them was all we ever wanted. We are so lucky to have found each other in the most unconventional of ways, but we did. We found our forever in each other and can't wait to begin this new chapter of our lives." Jessica shared, "Fall in Los Angeles is just so gorgeous out, so I wanted to be dancing under the stars all night long. I wanted it to be dripping in flowers and string lights and lots of candles. I just wanted it to look very romantic, like a daydream." For their first dance, Jessica and Cody showed off their moves to Shut Up and Dance by Aaron Watson. She revealed, "He sang it to me when we were in the Big Brother house, and we danced to it, and it just always sat in the back of my mind as one of our special moments." Cody's daughter, Paisley, 6 years old, served as the flower girl, while Bachelor alum Vanessa Grimaldi was a bridesmaid.
The Nick Harrison Podcast.
So earlier this week in one of my podcast episodes, I revealed that Michael Buble could be potentially quitting music. That was the story that came in over the weekend that asserted that a popular singer, Michael Buble, had announced his retirement, but not so fast. Though Buble was quoted by Daily Mail Weekend as saying their interview with him would be his last, citing the emotional toll his son's battle with cancer had taken on his life, Buble's publicist Liz Rosenberg tells Extra in a statement, "This is not true at all. That is my statement, totally taken out of context." Fans will be relieved that the 43-year-old Canadian crooner won't be walking away from his gifts as a vocalist.
The Nick Harrison Podcast.
This episode of the Nick Harrison Podcast is brought to you by DollarSeed.com. DollarSeed.com provides organic, heirloom, and hybrid open-pollinated flower, herb, sprouting, and vegetable seed varieties. With shipping to the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, DollarSeed can hook you up with high-quality fresh seeds to fellow home gardeners. DollarSeed also has a private label program where they offer custom labeling for fundraising, resellers, and group activities. DollarSeed uses many of their proceeds to help feed the needy all over the United States by supplying pantry growers with free seeds. Give them a try by visiting them online at www.dollarseed.com. That's www.dollarseed.com.
Podcast.
So, Big Bang Theory, popular TV show that is sadly coming to an end. Kunal Nayyar, he's a star on that show, could not be prouder that his visit to India coincided with that nation's historic decision to decriminalize homosexuality. The Big Bang Theory star, who was born in England but raised in New Delhi, shared details of his recent trip in a Monday appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show. DeGeneres pointed out that Nayyar happened to be in India when the country repealed a colonial-era law banning consensual gay sex. Recalling his days at an all-boys school in New Delhi, the 37-year-old actor said he believes the ruling will have a huge impact on future generations of LGBTQ people in India. Quote, "I remember knowing some people who were in the closet, but because they did not have an avenue to come out," he told the host. "I kept thinking, how stupid is that a government decides to choose who you can love? It never really made sense to me, actually." He continued to say, "No one can tell you who to love, right? Really, love chooses. You don't get to choose." Later in the interview, Nayyar spoke about having to rock a mustache for his forthcoming movie Think Like a Dog, which was shot in New Orleans over the summer. Though the actor captured the look for posterity on his Instagram, he opted not to keep it after shooting on the film wrapped because it rendered him unrecognizable to fans. He didn't mince words about the Big Bang Theory coming to an end after 12 successful seasons, and he said he was already, quote, bittersweet about filming the final 11 episodes. Quote, "I'm still trying to process all of it because it's been such a big part of my life," he said, though he was tight-lipped about the rumors his character Rajesh Kuthrapali would be granted a spin-off. He pointed out that he and his castmates will shoot the series finale on April 30th, 2019, which also happens to be his birthday. "Life comes full circle, man," he said. In a little less exciting and halfway saddening news, the Paul Allen, the billionaire who co-founded Microsoft with Bill Gates in 1975, is now dead. Allen succumbed to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He died Monday of this week in the afternoon in his hometown of Seattle. Allen, whose wealth was estimated north of $20 billion, announced 2 weeks ago that his cancer had returned after 9 years in remission. Allen and Gates, both college dropouts, hatched the idea for Microsoft in Albuquerque. They designed software for the yet-to-explode personal computer revolution. The two men met when they were teenage students at Lakeside School in Seattle. They became fast friends and bonded over the love of computers. The two would go dumpster diving for a computer program code. Allen, who dropped out of Washington State, convinced Gates to bail from Harvard. Allen is the one who came up with the name Microsoft. The company moved to Bellevue, Washington in 1979. He was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in 1983 and resigned shortly thereafter, but was still an active member of the board until 2000. Allen bought the Seattle Seahawks back in 1996, 8 years after buying the Portland Trail Blazers. He also bought the Seattle Sounders with business partners including Drew Carey, part of Major League Soccer. Allen was a huge music fan, especially of Jimi Hendrix, and founded the Experience Music Project Museum in Seattle. Paul donated more than $2 billion to various charities, and he was never married and had no children. Paul's family says, quote, "For all the demands on his schedule, there was always time for family and friends. At this time of loss and grief for us and so many others, we are profoundly grateful for the care and concern he demonstrated every day." Paul was 65. May he rest in peace.
You are listening to The Nick Harrison Podcast.
That's all the celebrity news for now. Today is Friday, October 19th, 2018. I want to remind you that if you have comments on today's episode or any episode, you can leave those comments on our 24 hours a day voicemail box set up to receive those type of calls. You can leave us a voicemail and we can feature it on the next episode of the Nick Harrison Podcast. So that number for the Hyena Hotline, the voicemail box, is 980-354-1246. 980-354-1246. Be sure to find all of these news stories and more on our website at www.realcelebritynews.com. That's realcelebritynews.com. That's all for the news for now. Have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I will be back soon.
You have reached the end of another episode of the Nick Harrison Podcast. For more news and current events, visit us online at www.realcelebritynews.com. Don't forget to leave a review on this episode and subscribe to the podcast feed.